So today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to talk about travel guitars, and we've all been tempted and lured into considering them, I guess, at some point of time. And I think the bottom line is that with travel guitars, it's all about compromise. If you want the real big sound and to get the feel of a full acoustic guitar, you need size. And as you get smaller, you lose a bit of performance by and large. I'm setting aside the really portable small things like the Martin Backpacker and the Washburn Traveller. They're very small. Yes, they give you the experience of playing, but they don't really sound that great. I've got a selection of 4 here that you might be interested in. The first one is this one here. This has been my travel guitar for some years. It's a Breedlove Passport Traveller. And this is 2014, relatively recent. It's got a 590 scale length, that's about 23 inches or thereabouts, so it's pretty full, wide neck. Full 14 fret neck, access right up here. A little bit boxy sound. Nicely made, mahogany sapele back and sides, spruce top. Decent quality. I'm not sure what brand of tuners, but nicely made. Volute on the back to give it some strength. Nice balance. Fairly basic electrics, but they work pretty well. And this guitar comes in a nice strong gig bag, and I've taken this on holiday for many years. Not a great bass response, but a lot better than the little tiny ones. A bit short in the scale length, but it's not so short as you feel compromised by it. The next one I've got is the smallest of the ones I've got today, and this is a Breedlove C20 Passport, and on the surface it looks a bit like the other one, but you can see if you hold them together there's a significant difference in size. That's because this one is tuned A to A. So it's like that one with the capo on the 5th fret. This is a bit old, this is 2006. They weren't available for very long. I bought this to play with the ukulele orchestra because it's pitched like a standard ukulele. Again, we've got a full width neck. You can get up to the 14th fret. In fact, this is a 15th fret here. But it is very tinny, very trebly. It doesn't hold tune that well. So a bit specialist, a bit small, feels a bit cramped, but here's what we're talking about, the compromise between size and the general sound of it. The other approach might be to go for a parlour guitar. This is a Faith Mercury Scoop, sort of top of the range Faith. You all know about Faith guitars, made in the Far East, but designed by the great Patrick Eggle. And this is the sort of the flagship model, all black, shiny, which makes it very difficult to photograph. You get Grover machines. You get a very fancy electrical system on it, including one where you can, if you use a stereo out, you can pan different strings differently. So you can have alternate strings going left and right. You can, little turn screws there, tuner, which is handy, and a phase inverter, which means if you're getting feedback. Now this one feels like a real guitar. 610 scale length, it's about 24 inches. Slightly deeper body, and it actually gets slightly wider as it gets down this way. Most of the guitars here are between 9 and 10 centimetres deep. This one feels considerably deeper. 12 fret neck, so it's quite short, but they've got this clever little cutaway here. Now this one's quite expensive, but they do lots of cheaper ones without the electrics, without the scoop, and with a more basic finish, which are basically, they sound the same for travelling. This is a wonderful instrument, a full professional model. You can see it's got some lovely abalone inlay, wooden binding on the body, and it feels like a proper guitar and sounds like one. This is the one I prefer to take if I've got room, and if I go out on a UK holiday where space is perhaps less troublesome, this is the one I would take. Now, increasingly airlines are getting more and more tricky and more picky. This is an extraordinary little thing. Featherweight, and it's got a 21 inch 550 scale length, which makes it kind of between the two. It has, again, full width fingerboard, 14 fret neck. It's got some mini Goto machines, really well made, and this is a Brunner Guitars, a Swiss maker, perhaps best known for making high-end specialist custom builds and harp guitars. And some years ago he came up with a system, and a batch of them were made in the Far East. He brought them back, fixed them up, got them all genuine, and this one is one of that batch. No electrics on this one, but it has one absolutely brilliant aspect of it, apart from being a really nice little guitar. This is the case, because this little strap button here, you undo that, the neck comes away. The bridge splits in two, so the neck goes in first into the case, flap goes down, the body goes on, and there you have something which even Ryanair will allow as hand luggage. So this one, with its handy double straps, is the most portable. And yes, there's a bit of a compromise, but it's made of solid wood. It works well. So if you want one that will travel, nowadays with airlines being so tricky, I would go for one with a removable neck like this. And I won't do it now, but if you put the neck back on, it's pretty close to being in tune. It's remarkable. Very easy to carry. If you can spare the space, I'd go for a decent quality parlour guitar. It's not much bigger than a genuine travel guitar, like that one. And if you really want to go for small, Martin Backpacker or one of these little sawn off jobs, they're really compromising on sound. So that's your choice. So I think travel guitars are all about compromise. Personally, I like the small parlour guitar if you've got space. If you're going by air and you're worried about putting something in the hold, a Brunner if you can find one. And there are many companies now making specific travel guitars. Some are very expensive, but this one I think is great. So, hope you enjoyed that little trip through the travel guitar world and some thinking on it. Happy travelling.